That's what I thought. I had to make sure it was muted. Yep, and it was. It was not muted. It's a good thing I checked that.
Right.
Because it would have been echoing. Oh, my God. Have you ever experienced that echo? Oh, my gosh.
It's horrible.
Oh, not a fan of that by any means. Never was. We have 2 people watching. That's great. Now we have, it looks like it's up to 8.
Ooh, got some big time.
I usually use the StreamYard side. I never ever look at the YouTube one itself because it's delayed for some reason.
Right.
And there goes the freaky clock. Luckily, the battery's dying.
Good.
What's happening, everybody? It's Friday night. We made it through another week. Congratulations to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
good job, family.
We made it through the week. I had a rough one at work. I can't lie. It was a busy week. How about you?
It was a busy week, but I took most of the day off today so I could come home and chill out and get ready for tonight to hang out with my boy Scott.
Well, welcome in, everybody. This is the last week was my mistake for forgetting that Mike was 3 hours behind in time because I'm a moron and not even thinking about that of any kind. So I wanted to make it up to Mike as fast as I could, and I got him on here on a Friday night. So we're doing a Friday night Beard Times with Scott live stream. We do not have a name yet for the specific segment. So we are calling it segment to be named soon until I come up with a name. And our first guest from the bearded community is none other than Michael Cribbs, also known as Beardswag, Swag Father, the Stank Man, which I still love that name. I love wherever you come up with that is great.
Yeah, it's just stanky, dude. That's what, and that's a good thing. Unless you're talking about garbage, but beard products in my family and where I am, the stank is the goodness. And yeah, I was wondering last week, I'm sitting at work, it's about 4:00 and I get this reminder and it's like, you're about to go live. And I'm like, what is going on? I about had to take off to try to get on there with you, but just a mess up. It happens. Life goes on. And here we are.
We are here on a Friday night, so we don't have to work tomorrow. So that's the great, that's the one great thing. We don't have to work tomorrow. And with that being said,
cheers, y'all.
Cheers, everybody. And just so you know, I'm brown bagging it. Just so you know, I'm brown bagging it tonight. So
red Solo cup, y'all.
So tonight, I bring you guys Beardswag, Swag Father, Swag Daddy, Crib here.
There sure has been a lot, hasn't there?
Yeah. Most of the videos that I have watched from Mike consist of from the beginning. Welcome, everybody. Cribs here. That's usually about the beginnings of them. And I'm like,
every single one.
The first time I heard that, I was like, is that his nickname or is that his name? I was like, and I wasn't making fun. I was like, who the hell's Cribs? I didn't know.
Right.
Know.
Yeah. Like, What is going on, family?
Yeah, what is going on, family? It's stone faced in the camera. What is going on, family? Cribs here.
Don't forget to hold on. Let's see if I don't knock everything over. What is going on, family? Cribs here.
There it is.
I just love my family. I mean, that's everything about it.
So Mike Cribs, give me the story. Give me the background of. I don't want you to tell me your life story, but tell me a quick gathering from Mike, the kid, to where he is today.
Raised by my mother and father, who are still here and still together. God bless them. Born and raised here in Eastern Oregon, La Grande. Never went anywhere. Loved it here so much that I stayed. Went through high school. Ended up meeting the girl of my dreams that God sent me, an angel, as I call her. And had a couple of kids. And here I am 27 years later, still blessed by the same woman. Didn't earn it, didn't deserve it. But here I am. All glory and all grace to God. 27
years of marriage.
27 years.
Wow. Congratulations, man. That is an accomplishment itself. That's great.
Yeah, you're dang right. I'm very, very lucky and very, very blessed that she stuck around through all the crap that I put her through.
I am working on year number 3 of being married. So
Congratulations.
and I appreciate it, man. I have a great wife. She loves my children. Her family loves me. I can't stand her dog sometimes, but that's my pup. So. No, seriously, I know exactly what you're saying, man.
Yep.
I went through a rough patch a few years ago. Had no intention of meeting a woman. At that time, Scott was playing shows and getting ready to get signed, and I found Mandy. I was like, whoa. I was like, there's another one with a 20-year, Rob K, 23 and a half. Congratulations, Rob K.
Bam.
That's awesome. So
yeah, they say love is the greatest thing, so it takes over everything.
So we had a conversation recently, and which I always, because it's a part of me, I always ask. I did always ask people because music's a big part of me. I did not think that you were a rocker or a metal guy when we first talked. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that from you. I really didn't. That's awesome.
Yeah, my roots go back from my older brother Chris, way back to many Christmas, Iron Maiden, Metallica, of course. Who is the singer that has a high voice? King Diamond.
Oh,
Oh, buddy, I'm telling you, man, my roots go way back. Then the Guns N' Roses, of course, but it was just the metal, the Dio, the Ronnie James Dio, the Judas Priest, the Kiss. You know what I mean? I mean, my first album was a double LP by Kiss. Got that over in Kennewick, and I've just escalated ever since. I got into hip hop there for a long time, just in high school and a little bit out of high school because I love the beats too. But then, the Pantera and the Hell Yeahs, and I mean, it's just so good. The beats are so amazing that it's still I'll listen to Christian music all day long on the headset, but on the way home in the old Cummins, man, I've got to jack up my 2 10-inch speakers playing Pantera, Hell Yeah. It's amazing. I love that music.
That's awesome. Music will always be in my blood forever. I try not to force it down people's throats, but I always tell people music is for the soul. I've always said that. It has a way of lifting you up, lifting you down. I'm actually going to send you. Actually, this is insider information. I'll send you a video link. I am in the process of working with someone. That person's going to be confidential, but they're actually in the stream right now. I'm going to be making a new theme song for my channel, and it's a tune that I made with one of my old bands. And literally, I think when you read the lyrics, you're going to be like, "Whoa, that's you. That's deep." I'll send it to you. I really want your opinion of
absolutely
the whole thing because I think
I would love that.
I think you will love the meaning to it more than anything. It's called The Healing.
Nice.
Yeah,
that sounds good. And and I've been encouraging you since we've had this conversation because I've seen your videos on YouTube of you beating the drums with your band and stuff like that, and encouraged you so much here lately. It's like, what happened? Get your drum kit out. And you keep telling me that you don't have enough room and they're too loud, and I know that's just an excuse because I know once you start doing that is going to be an itch you're not going to be able to stop.
You ain't lying.
And that's true. And that's why I've encouraged Scott to go find some church to get inside some kind of a drum kit that he doesn't have to break down or put up or tune or anything like that, and go in there and just go wild. It's freeing. These passions that you have just free you and just bring you back to life. Because I know you were going through a spell there for a while with a little bit of depression, and correct?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
And I still to this day, because this was just recently. I don't know where it even came from. It just happened out of nowhere. It just got in a funk where my children were here, and I didn't want them to be here. And I hate saying that as a father. It really sucked. It really, really did. I was like, one day I sat here and I let it all out. I let it all out to Tyson. I'm actually putting in some Honest Amish beard balm for the nights. I've been wearing Honest Amish a lot here lately, so I've been going back to my roots, I guess you say.
That's one company I still haven't tried yet.
I love Honest Amish. I always will. Always
Oh
will.
gosh, you had to do it, didn't you? You had to break out a comb and start grooming.
Well, I have to. I got to do it
Good
because,
Lord.
well, one thing, some of the guys in here are saying that the beard's looking good, so I got to keep it looking good. Yours is looking like a beast.
Yeah.
So,
It's pampered. This is what we do though. We're beardsmen.
and I'm good to go for the night. If you're wondering what this is, it's supposed to be a beard balm, guys. If you haven't used it, me and Mike had this conversation right before we went live. I'm saying it on camera. This is a beard butter. That's exactly what this is. It's not a beard balm because it says leave-in conditioner on the container as well. To me, that's a beard butter. I use it at nighttime. Try it. Talk to me about it later. So anyway, let's get back to the story about Mike. I want to ask you some questions. What made you want to start your beard journey? Tell me where you're like, I'm doing this. Or you went all in, not just growing it out, getting the products. What made you want to do that? Like, I'm going in full force.
When I came out of treatment a little over 3.5 years ago, I had a goatee. I had a little bit of a shadow going on. I had my head shaved. And it just was something that kept me busy. It was a good, healthy hobby that I could pick up. And I was trying to regroup and build some relationships that I had hurt and destroyed for a while. Mainly with my son, Daniel, which is Dude, who I started doing these reviews with.
Right.
So he started growing out a mustache and I started growing out the beard, and him and I decided to start a Beardswag channel or a YouTube channel, basically for the fact of a father and son getting back together, showing love, showing support to each other, and start the process of healing. And showing men, basically my message was that it's never too late to start over. Because here I was, 46 years old. And this was June of last year. I think June or July was our first video.
So that makes you now 38?
Yeah, 32, sorry. In swag years. We go back. And it was just a great journey. Him and I got our first video was down in his danky, moldy bedroom, sitting on his bed with a whole box of Boss Man. Because see, I had lived bearded for a long time. That's the one product I bought everything about. I found it, I liked it, and then I went down YouTube, the YouTube rabbit hole. That's where I saw Scuba. That's where I saw you. That's where I saw Matt. That's where I saw Dan, and that's where I saw Tyson. And everything you guys were doing at that time in my life were so inspirational and gave me such hope and drive and gave me the platform of where I wanted to go with Daniel and I to be part of a community and be part of a family together outside of our immediate family. Well, after a while, it got to a point he was having to do the editing and figure that out. He got stressed out, didn't want to do it. We couldn't find time. He was in college, still is, and in starting a family of his own. But with a girlfriend, that's about it. And he basically went off, and I had a choice. It was like, are you going to keep doing this? By that time, I was addicted to the products. I was spending $500 or $600 on beard products, oils, balms, butters, the hoodies, the hats, everything, the swag, everything swag related, something we all get. And I just continued on. I kept getting better by myself. I kept watching the videos, reaching out to guys. And here I am today, over 100 videos in, and almost a year later, I'm still here, and it's been such a blessing and such a good thing for me to keep busy and not be bored in something that's healthy, something that's loving, it's just amazing. And here you and I are sitting together, and the relationships I've built, Tyson and I are so close. One of my best friends, and I've never even shook the man's hand. We're really close with God. We do a devotional podcast together that is on Spotify, and I'm just going to tell some of the avenues. We have the Mike Tyson Show, which will probably end up getting in trouble, but my name is Mike and his name is Tyson, so I think we're good. We do that on Sunday nights, Beard Trend Review, and he's just helped me along the way. But all glory to God. My faith in Christ is one of the main things that I have. And I try to say this, I'm not one of the Christians. It's not with their head shoved up the rear end, because that has nothing to do with it. I just have a different avenue and a different outlook on it, because I was broken and I am no longer broken. So I kind of know how it is to be that way. And then this love and this freeing peace of the love of Jesus Christ comes into my life. But I'm still a regular dude. I screw up all the time. I make huge mistakes, but I ask forgiveness. I have no fear. Faith instead of fear. But that's Beardswag. That's a foundational, a platform that I can use, and I don't use it, but it's something that I have bearded men that I never thought I would know. All of these guys that we communicate together, ask what we're doing in products, ask for prayer together, lift each other up, support us. And I never thought in a million years that I would be sitting in this chair right now at this day, the man that I am today. And that's all glory to him.
It sounds like you have had a very amazing and life-lifting journey. It really does. And I'm going to try to get into that a little bit. You mentioned something a little bit ago, and you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. You said you got out, and that's you talked to me about that a little bit, but you didn't go into detail about it. If you don't want to share it, you don't have to. But if you do, go ahead.
Oh, I think everybody that's known me or that has watched my channel or that I've talked to has heard this story. Since I was probably a young man, I had a lot of things that held me back and caused a lot of damage and turned me into the monster that I was when I came an adult and I had control of my own life, or the lack of, I guess you could say. Didn't graduate high school, had a kid when I was 18 years old, met a woman that was wonderful, completely ripped through her life and made her codependent on me and me codependent on her. Had a son, lost job after job, was addicted to methamphetamines, was addicted to anything I would put on my body. And at about 32 years old, the first time, I ended up getting a couple of felonies and a couple of misdemeanors for distribution and endangering the welfare of minors. Ended up going to treatment for 5 months, I think it was 6 months. Got out, was on probation, ended up going over to the treatment center that I had graduated from and worked there for a couple of years, driving 100 miles a day on minimum wage to stay out of this town, to burn all the bridges and move on and get a fresh take, stay in the recovery, go to the meetings, work in a recovery center, which was really good for me. And then I got a job at Ford. Well, everything was good. Everything was okay. And then I found this thing called Percocets, which is oxycodone, Oxycontin, whatever you want to say. And then I started drinking with them, and it just took me on a spiral. I have a very addictive personality. And it ended up, 3 years ago, I was sitting in an office with my bosses telling me that I can't work here anymore, that I'm not fired, but I needed to get some help. My wife wanted nothing to do with me. My children were upset with me. I'd let them down. I was their hero for many years, and that hurt. So I'll move past one certain point of it. So I decided to surrender everything and go into a facilities, and it was just amazing what had happened to me in that area. I'm working on myself. I finally learned how to grieve the fact that it doesn't matter what happens in my life, that God is the only constant thing in my life that will always be there and never hurt me, never lie to me, never manipulate me, and always have my back 100%, love me regardless of the things that happen. And I accepted the Lord as my Savior again in there. I come out, I'm living out in a trailer outside of my house. My wife won't let me in, and it was dead winter, freezing cold, out in a little trailer for about 6 months, I'd say. And then eventually the healing started happening, but I didn't push it. And it's just one thing after another, one day at a time. I'm fortunate to be here. I'm very thankful to be here. I no longer live in fear. I figured out what kept me in that kind of a thought process, or the devastating life that I was, of eating through everything and lying and manipulating to everybody, to the point to where I am today. I no longer recognize my cribs of old. I am a new man. I am a changed man. I am the same man behind closed doors as I am out in front of everybody. It's integrity, it's character. And that's something that stems back to my dad, a Vietnam veteran, a logger, a man that I have looked up to still to this day, who is a strong, courageous man, but is loving and tender at the same time. So it's just been a win-win for me. I mean, I was destined to be here. And
what would you change anything at all from this experience?
no, nope, not one thing. Yeah, I am meant to be. I am meant to be here, and I have learned a lot, and I'm thankful for it. You know, it's who I am. It's part of who I was. It's part of the relationship that I have that is so strong now with everybody, because I'm changed. And that's what's cool about this community. You know, it's the fact of we're a bunch of strong-willed men with pride and anger and pain, but we can get together and be patriotic together, love our country, wave the American flag, you know, and I'm not saying that everybody's from the United States, but that's what's cool about this is I know people from Sweden, from the UK, from Canada, you know, and all through the United States that I never knew before. Dude and I started doing this.
I was getting ready. That was actually going to be my next question, because I had a feeling that it was going to go into what you're saying, your thoughts on the bearding community. That was my next question, because I was anticipating your story to go into the bearding community. So your thoughts on the bearding community?
It's strong. It's amazing. We are our true colors, and it's the community that we have is just like the community outside. But we get to regulate it. You know, we get to be part of it. We get to be open about how we feel about it. We have our own opinions. Just because somebody makes a mistake doesn't mean I'm going to cast them out. Doesn't mean I'm going to call them out in front of people. But that's just me. You know,
right.
That's who I am. But I love my veterans. If you look at these companies, I mean, they're veteran owned. They are fathers. They are husbands. You know, their wives. I mean, it even goes into the women. The women are doing this stuff. We've got Kylie is a reviewer that does product reviews for her husband or her boyfriend at the time. It is so amazing. And the biggest thing that I can do is get on and use my platform to say, hey, what is going on, family? Cribs here. This is who I am. I love you. I'm proud of you. I encourage you to go get rid of these things that hold you back in life, you know, and get some of that peace and love. But we fight because we're men.
Yeah. The next question, the next topic, drama in the bearding community. And I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to do that, but Mike and I we talk. We just, you know, I talk to a lot of you guys who watch my channel. I do it privately, or literally like we're doing right now, just face to face. I can't, there's no offense to anybody who does this, but I can't stand doing this forever or this forever. This is the way people should be communicating and talking in the world, like in general. Whatever happened to this? Talking on the phone to somebody, literally. You know, that was a pastime that I think has kind of faded away, because people's now send me the link. You know, it's all about technology and stuff. And there's a lot of drama that's going on in the bearding community now. And I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm not trying to start any kind of fires. I'm here to just say, put them out. Just put them out. And I'm going to say this because this is coming from the woman upstairs. It's not a corded phone, Ben Taft. It's my phone charger. That was a good one. Yeah. Anyway, this is coming from my wife, who, and I'm not going to lie, you know, what we as men deal with in our lives, we talk to our other halves, you know, because that's the way it's supposed to work. And I tell her, and I'm not going to lie, and if I talk to anybody about, you know, things that are going on or whatever, yeah, it affects my day just as much as it affects yours. Yeah, sometimes I do tell my wife. She doesn't tell anybody that stuff because that's called respect. We are I hate to do this. We are bitching and complaining and talking about shit that we're literally talking about facial hair. That's literally what it boils down to. I mean, excuse me a second. When you call me, I'm asleep, Mo. So there you go. Anyway,
nobody calls poor Mo back.
I get messages from people. Like I said, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I'm just stating. I get messages from companies, people, subscribers, followers, bitching about just literally. We're talking about beard hair, guys. It's literally facial fur. That's pretty much the long and the short of it. But we're almost talking like high school kids. It's almost what it's boiling down to. It's you can't talk to this person, you can't talk to that person, or whatever, or I'm not going to deal with them because you are. I didn't know Sweet Valley High came back. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm like, shit. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
And I don't know if that's how you feel about that, but it irks me from time to time. It really does.
100%. I agree with you. We're a bunch of man children. I think Boston Mike said that, man children. But the simple thing is I don't get caught up in it. I know right from wrong because I'm an adult. People's opinion, they can have them. But I am here to not fan the flame of deceit and meanness and bullying or whatever it is. If I can interject myself and be loving and actually listen and kind of give some people some different thoughts and ideas of how to get by, because I was a piece of garbage for so many years. And who am I not to forgive somebody and then ask forgiveness or forgive myself? It's just nonsense. But you know what? We'll get by.
This is just as an example. And this is literally the ultimate example of what we're discussing, of like drama like this. Who was the first person in the bearding community to regularly do a live stream? Me. I was the first. Literally the very first of reviewers. If there were other people, I do not know them. You know why I did it, honestly? Because I saw bands doing it on YouTube because they were bored. I literally was like, well, if they can do that, I can do that. Literally, I was like, oh, I've never seen anybody do that before. And it took off. Now, and I could really care less if anybody follows me and repeats what I do, because I don't care. Dan C has a live stream on Mondays. Mo had a live stream on Tuesdays. Beard Therapy's on Wednesdays. Beard Times with Scott has always been on Thursdays. The Saturday Night Hype. And now the Mike Tyson show's on Sunday. Tyson was doing one on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever once said, you can't do that? I'm doing it. No.
Well, it's a free world. I mean, everybody is going to, and just like Mo says, there are levels.
Whoa. Now, I know you see that just as much as I do. Mo the Bearded Shark, what are you doing, man? You're sending me a $99 super chat / donation, whatever you want to call it. Dude, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very
awesome.
much.
And I was just about to say something that Mo said to me yesterday. Tacos, hold on, let me find it. What did that say? Tacos fall apart, but we still love them.
Where'd they go?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and yesterday was the first time I never even got to talk to Mo. I got on there and we chilled for just a few minutes, but it was enjoyable. I mean, when I come into the community, when I came in, there were my mentors, and you're part of that. And Mo is part of that. Dave is part of that. Dan is part of that. I've already said the list, and every single one of you have been so gracious and kind and loving. It just baffles me that anything could ever come in between any of the. I call you the big heads, you know what I mean? The head honchos of the community. You've led the way. The four horsemen. Absolutely. And just like the other day, Dan reached out while I was at work and he just hit me up and told me that, I don't understand, answer this question. I think your subscriptions and who you're subscribed to is turned on a private. And I had no clue about that. And this is just him going in, looking out for me, doing the research and reaching out to me. And I think I got it fixed, which should help my channel, which that's love, that's support. That's not jealousy. That's not envy. That is a loving man looking out for one of his brothers. And it was amazing.
I can contest to something of that nature because, and I'm not saying this publicly to cause any kind of a stir. My channel has been monetized as since last year, and you have to reach a specific threshold before they'll send you money, which is understandable. Well, I've actually never said this on camera. I received a lot of money in super chats and donations to the channel to get equipment last year, and I'm very grateful to all the subscribers and followers and companies who were a part of that. I greatly appreciate you. However, I must tell you all, I have never received any of the money that you all donated from a year ago. YouTube owes me working on almost $2,000. And I'm not saying this to cause any kind of a demonetization or whatever. Everything is on their end, and I'm waiting for them to be sending me money. And it's frustrating. It really is, because it pisses me off. But there's nothing I can do. It's not on my end. It's on theirs. And not to be ignorant, I would love to receive the money that I've organically earned and people donated to my channel so I can use it for my family or my channel. It's not about me getting paid per se. It's the fact that I've earned this, and I'd like to, get that coming in. And every time I get any kind of a donation, such as tonight, I'm very appreciative. I just don't know if and whenever I'll ever receive it, because I've never gotten anything from this platform. Never.
This is a hobby that we do. We enjoy doing it. And that's the first thing that I will never get rid of, is the love of being able to support these small batch boys or these bigger boys, get my fix, get my fill, get my beard mail, sit down, get to come into the Swag studio, which is my son's old bedroom, and sit down and have therapy time with my family and work some things out and open up some delicious scent profiles and ingredients that make my beard feel good, grow healthy. And what better thing is there? I mean, I love camping. I love God. I love my family. I love my country, and I love my bearded community. I mean, that's where it's at.
You are one of the I've said to myself, you are one of the people who stand out, because I see it in your eyes when you're talking, like you just did, like you love the community. I can feel it. I see it, and that's awesome. You're a very appreciative person, and I think that's awesome. I really appreciate that. Hey, guys, I apologize for, and I see this here in the comments, I'm sorry that I haven't responded to your questions and things. It's nothing. No, I'm not ignoring you of any kind. I was going to get to them in eventually tonight. I'm trying a different segment on this channel as a one-on-one, get to know you, the man behind the beard type of setting. And like I said, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. And thank you to Tyson. Greatly appreciate you answering the comments. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Yeah, Tyson's amazing.
And on this channel, I don't have any moderators or anything like that. I just choose not to use them. And Tyson has taken that role tonight, and I thank you very much for that. People. You're talking about guys in the community. Who do you literally set time aside? Like, I got to watch this guy's video or this woman's video. Who is it who like you got to see it?
God, there's so many of them, Scott. Scuba, of course, when he comes out with one, I got to see what he has to say, because I'll tell you that man, I've never talked to him. I don't know if he's subscribed to me, but I'm subscribed to him. But when he came out with that video of an unnamed beard company doing some pretty suspect things with a beard brush, saved me from spending a lot of money, on a $90 sticker. I look for Dan C. Of course, he has helped me along my beard journey so long. For so long, it's been amazing. Matt from No BS, Tyson, there's Dave. I mean, the list goes on of everybody that I just sit down and I watch. Dave, Bearded Motivation, his stuff. I mean, that's basically this chair. I reached out to Dave and I asked him, I was like, hey, brother, where did you get that? He was like, well, this is where I got it. And it is the most comfortable chair I have ever had. And the list goes on. I mean, Mick, Kaz, I have to watch everybody that I'm subscribed to. James is one that I just started getting involved with I can't remember the name, Beards and Cars or something like that.
Yes.
A wonderful guy. Anybody that I'm subscribed to, I watch and I make comments on their video because I love it.
That's cool, man. That's really, really cool. Yeah. Where'd it go? I was reading a comment. As you were saying that. Oh, yeah. Someone was saying, yeah, it's Beard, the beard guy, Kansas City. Okay. Yeah, James is in here. There he is. I'll be damned. Awesome.
There he is.
Yeah, cool. That's
Beards
cool.
and Cars.
You know what I'm really jealous of, honestly, when I watch this person's video? Tyson's damn back wall of stuff. It's
inspiring.
That's too much, man. That's just too much. That's too much. It's just way too much. I look at it, and the fact that he's changed it so many times, I'm like,
he never stops. Yeah, he's his own worst critic.
That's what I like about Tyson. I do. He makes his content, and he's always changing, evolving, and it's not necessarily trying to stay relevant. It's you want to improve. You want to improve. Oh, there it is. See, I told you. Yeah. See, that's. I knew we were gonna have a troll when it turns out it's my wife. I knew it.
Yeah, just shouts out to everybody, man. I'm sure that everybody's in here subscribed to everybody else and watches everybody else and loves on everybody else. It's just amazing. The support.
Now let's go to something that I don't think you have done yet, but your thoughts on you or a person who has to or should make a negative review video, because I've had to do it, and I know some other people have had to do it, and there's people that are going to give you the thumbs down, and I know there's some people out there that don't make negative reviews, like because for algorithms and things of that nature. But if you knew in your heart you had to make a negative review, walk me through it.
If I had to make a negative review, which I've kind of twisted it a little bit on, and you're asking me myself?
Yes.
Yeah. I've had some scent profiles that have not been the most appealing to me. And
let me rephrase that. Not the subjective scent profile, because the easy way to get away with that, and this is no secret, you just say, I'm not a fan of this scent.
Yeah.
I don't like it, blah, blah. You move forward. What if literally you had problems with the product, skin irritation, you broke out or whatever, like literally you had a problem with this product?
Oh, I would absolutely get on here, walk through. First of all, I would get hold of the company and I'd ask them what's going on. I would have a conversation with the company and the owners first, what happened. And then I would absolutely get on and make the review of what negatively affected me and what the garbage was that happened in the products and how it affected me in my beard journey, just so I could give the community the heads up not to make the same mistakes that I did. I put it on Instagram. I would put it all over YouTube, and I would talk to everybody I could. But 100%, it would be a video that I would make. Wouldn't be a brutal and damning anybody, but I would definitely let everybody know to stay away from this company because they're garbage.
Right, because that's what I was thinking. Or if you found a scam company, literally, that's what we were
100%.
talking about. Yeah. Would you make one of those videos, not necessarily to get the views, but to put it out there?
I absolutely would. And anything I do, it's not for views at all anyways. It's because I love to do this, and I want to share with everybody that I can. 100%. And it's about the safety of the community, the safety of their pocketbooks, because we're all pretty much blue collar out here, and nobody needs to be blowing money on stuff they don't need to be. And if somebody's being a snake, the snake needs to be called out and killed.
Well, we do have a guy who's kind of taken up that wing here lately. I'm just not trying to throw him under the bus or anything, but he talks about the opinion a lot, not mentioning that or stressing that. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, have you ever considered making your own products or company?
I did it first.
Did you?
Yeah, I wanted to get together and start creating my own oils and all that stuff. I think we all aspire to do that, but I'm good with right now getting my lids out, getting my hoodies and decals for right now, and just enjoying the peace that I have in my life. It's slow, but I'm good and I'm happy and I'm very thankful for where I'm at. And I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying doing this.
Oh, what's Tyson say? What's he saying? There's a way to say your opinions and be respectful. If it isn't for you, it isn't for you, but you can say it in a respectful way. Very true. And that's we're talking about. Well, obviously we all know what we're talking about here. And if anybody they're putting out controversial videos or whatever, I do not have a problem with that. I will say, because this has happened to people who've asked me my opinion. What about that dream you had that turned into tabooed? That's an amazing story. Oh, okay. Hold that thought. We'll talk about that in just a second. The way I look at it is, you are entitled to your opinion. So am I. Who am I to tell you that you can't put your own take out for the world to see? But be prepared for the negativity and take it like a man. Stand up for yourself. If you need proof or whatever, you better have it. Because if someone catches you in the wrong, you're gonna make yourself look like a moron. That's just how it is. And I've said that to people, and I will say that to people. You do what you need to do, but stand on your own 2 feet when it comes to making things like that. So let's talk about this dream that turned into taboo. What's that all about?
And let me get to that in just a minute. I want to talk about Brother Dave and what's going on with him right now. I know Dave is a veteran for the Marine Corps, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. I love my country. I love my veterans. I love my first responders. I'm a patriot through and through. He has the right to do whatever he wants to. And I went and unfollowed him as soon as that happened. I was just, because Dave to me was a motivational guy. I followed his whole journey through his barber school. I reached out to him and gave him love and told him congratulations. I was there for him, and I supported him through and through. And I made the biggest dumb mistake. I got caught up in all the drama, and I unfollowed the man. I went on for about a week, and I was so embarrassed and ashamed of myself that I would do that to a brother, to lay him down for all of the things that he has done. And I haven't heard his story, but I think I know that how I could do that for just something, for a decision and a choice he has made. Do I agree with it? No. Do I understand it? I absolutely don't understand it. But to have me not support him and follow him and to forgive, I guess there may not be any forgiveness, I guess, if you could really think about it, but I subscribe back to him. I'm embarrassed that I even did that, and I took that kind of a thing, but he motivated me. He has always been that light, basically, that I would follow to get some kind of uplifting with his positive attitude and everything. And maybe it's just me and my brain and my humanistic that I still don't understand the swing. And maybe that's a conversation that I'll have with him, but I am subscribed to Dave again. I support the man, but I don't understand it. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Well, I'm not condoning Dave. I'm not going to. Like I said, I'm not gonna.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna tell him that you shouldn't be doing that. You know,
Nope.
and at the same time, I I put out I in some of my live streams from in the years ago, or with I say that now as I've been doing this for 3 years, from the like 2 years ago, I didn't hold back. Like I would literally shave my head and talk down to a company who literally ran their mouth or whatever, or if there's an issue, I just bolted it out. I did.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I don't. That's just how I am. I'll if I'm in the wrong, I accept it or whatever. But I'm not afraid of putting.
Just like you said, that's when you pick up the phone call and have that conversation, right? Yeah.
I have an attitude. I do have a bad temper. I've had that my entire life. I do. I still do to this day. But I think a lot of people are taking some of the videos that are coming out, not necessarily taking them the wrong way. They're falling into that drama trap, like we were saying, and it's just
100%.
It's and I say that because just go look and click on the videos from the past and look at the negativity. Look at it now, and I'm like, what changed?
Yeah,
that person really didn't. You did,
right? And about the dream, my first collab was with Jamie from Ginger Beards. We did the Swag Father or Crib Swag. I mean, it had been through, and it was an amazing scent profile. I'm proud of it. Proud of Jamie too, Jameson from Canada. Has some great products. And for a while, I started to get together with a dude who had the same faith as I did, and he ends up being T3, Troy Cunningham. And we were just talking about what kind of scent profiles I like, what kind of companies was I using at the time, and what did I recommend, and what he was using. And then all of a sudden, we just started kind of getting together and asked me what kind of scent profiles would I put in a beard oil. So I didn't know. We really didn't go anywhere on it. Then I had a dream. And it was the weirdest thing. But what else do you do as a bearded man? I find myself dreaming about beard products. And so I reached out to him. I said, here you go. Here's the scent profile I want you to make. It's oud, tobacco, black cherry, vanilla, teakwood. And he went to town with it and created a product. And then him and I got together, and I thought of the name Tabooed. So it's 3 tobaccos, 3 different kind of ouds. And I'm sorry, my phone just froze up on me, so I'm just going to keep looking right here, Scott. Okay. And that's where Taboo came from. And then I ended up seeing his other scent profiles that was on his website that he created. I advised him to get a website because he has some really good stuff. He did, and I think he's growing, and things are going well for him. And he has some amazing scent profiles.
I've heard a lot about this guy. I really have, and I'm anxious to get my hands on this Tabooed.
Tabooed.
Not only that, I'm a big oud and tobacco fan, and we have a lot of those similarities as well. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this without even literally having it in my hand. I'm like, this.
Yeah, if you like that stank, brother, you're going to love it.
Sweet. See, the origin of the name Swag. Where does this come from? Where does the whole name come from?
Dude just sat together and we were talking, and I was like, you know what? Swag. It's an abbreviation of something we all get, and then put beards in front of it. Beardswag came along, and it's just, get everything you can. The lids, the combs, the co-washes, the washes, everything that they have, the decals, and then just share it with everybody. So it's beard, something we all get, and I wanted to share that with people. So that's where the name came from.
Okay. So we've already talked about what made you want to start your channel, where you went, or what I'm thinking that the community is what's keeping you going with the channel. I'm pretty sure, because I know you love doing this stuff, but I think the community is keeping you. That's one of the main things, is keeping the Swag making these videos. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's that, and me being able to further the kingdom of God and speak the name Jesus Christ and the truth of Jesus Christ is why I do it, because it's all for the glory of God. That's really why I do it. It's to minister to people who want to hear that. I have had quite a few people unsubscribe from me because they've made comments, and if you go back and look, there are a few of them, and they were courageous enough to at least say why they gave me the thumbs down. They said, I'm not here to hear about Jesus Christ and all this for 5 to 6 minutes and positivity. I'm here to see about what you got in that box,
Right.
and how it feels in beard. So
Right. Yeah, I don't really agree with what they say, but like again, everyone has their own opinion. But
yeah,
people have to understand, like that's a part of Mike. That's what you're getting. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you're going to be coming. You may, as an example, you may come to my channel for what I have to say about this particular product, but also if you follow the person, you get to know them, and literally, like a part of you is God. That's great. A part of me is my music and my reading. Like it's like, get to know the person before you really want to be a smart ass about it.
for sure.
And then if you all know me, I don't sugarcoat nothing. And then, like I said, this channel is not censored and never will be. I don't care if I ever get famous from doing this. This is me. This is what I am, and what I was actually going to think about calling this a title, and then raw and uncut, because that's what this is. This is what this is always going to be. It's never going to change. That's just how I am. The future and the goals for the Cribs' channel. What do you want to do in the future?
First thing that's going to happen is get me some better equipment, so I can put out some better quality videos for everybody. Maybe get into some bigger podcasts. I would really like to get on to doing my own live feed every now and then. But right now, it's exactly, Tyson and I are building something really well together, and it's something that works so well because we both one of us are not trying to control the other one so much. We just get together and it works so well, and I'm truly blessed by that. That we're gonna keep doing the Mike Tyson and show. We're gonna keep doing our devotional, and that's good right now. It's build more relationships that I have. I think one thing I would like to do down the road, and probably, I don't know how long, is hit that 1,000 mark. You got those goals. Maybe get me a website going. Get better at the technical stuff on this, because I'm computer illiterate. If I didn't have my phone, I would not be able to do
that.
That
was where I was going with that. I was going to say, you minimize you. I'm not making fun of you or anybody who does at all. You minimize, or you make the best of the minimal that you use.
Yeah.
And I've seen your setup. I don't know how you do it sometimes, because I actually want to ask you a question off camera about one thing you got going on, because I think I may be able to do something that you are. We talked about it before. I just make sure about it. We'll talk about it after we end the broadcast. But you literally have very minimal equipment, and it looks fantastic. How do you got to be proud of doing that, man? You really do.
I'm very proud. I had to figure, as soon as dude left, I had to figure out what I was going to do. If you go back, I mean, and that's by watching my mentors. It's by watching what the other reviewers are doing, and learning and pulling from their tool tray and putting them in my own belt, and just getting better. I went from dude's bedroom to the front room. I had my dinner table with a hole in the wall that I put a beard decal over, to basically coming in this bedroom, which has now become this swag studio. And it's just one foot in front of the other. Just keep doing the work, make moves, don't make excuses. And that's what keeps me going. Just doing the work.
And look who just walked in. Some of the best thumbnails and video audio quality. Would never know there was minimal equipment. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at, Dan. That's what I was getting to say. This is my own fault for me, for all my take. I know that, and Dan's got the point right there. I know in my head that if I make a better thumbnail and things of that nature, I know just by that picture it's going to get people's attention. Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm lazy. I don't want to do it. I don't, and I know I need to, and I will eventually, but I'm not hip to figuring that stuff out yet either. I'm a slow learner when it comes to this stuff, considering I'm talking to you through my pretty damn slick laptop, and I still haven't figured out how to use this thing completely. And my camera upstairs, same thing. Like, I don't know its capabilities completely yet. I'm like, I'll figure it out eventually. Everything I can do with it.
And all I can say is thank God for free apps on the App Store is what I got to say. And
I need to start doing things of that nature, because I know you can make a thumbnail literally from your cell phone. I just need to sit my butt down and get it done. Dave's exactly right. And there's another guy with Minimal that has a great channel right there. It's Ben Taft 63.
Yep.
Great follower, subscriber of mine. I've talked to him numerous times. Great guy. He makes videos, and I've heard him say in some of his videos how he thinks people aren't watching or whatever. Dude, people watch your stuff. You're gonna get bigger and better, just like anybody else does. It just keep trucking, keep working.
And don't worry about it, Ben. Don't worry about it.
You do your thing. You do your thing and stick at it.
Yep.
I'm watching your videos if that makes it better for you. But anyway, so I'm going to speedball you real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a question for you.
Okay.
3 years into YouTube and thousands of followers later, Scott is thinking he should figure out his laptop and camera. I just got those last year, Corey. I just got them last year. So, okay. Not counting the man upstairs. If you could name one person, famous or not or whatever, who would you bring back to life and why?
Oh, who would I bring back to life? Probably Ronald Reagan. Due to the fact he was such a great leader.
Very good choice. Very, very good choice. I will tell you. That was a good choice. Andre the Giant. That was a joke. That was a joke. I wasn't thinking about it. I just thought of a random person. If I could bring one person back, it'd be my grandfather.
And that was going to be my first, but he knows that, and I think for everybody else in this country, I think Ronald Reagan would be a good choice. Not just serve myself.
I was an 80s baby. I was an 80s baby, so I don't really have the memory of it, but I know what he did. Yeah, I got to agree with you. Mine would be my grandfather. I'm not going to get emotional about it because he's been passed for over 25 years now, but I was his everything. Like, I was the first grandchild. I didn't have a name. My name was Buddy. That was my name was Buddy. He called my dad Boy. That's what he called us. And I was the greatest thing in the world to him. He passed away when I was 14.
And there was, man, to talk about grandparents, I had, it was about just when I first started doing this and doing these reviews, there was a company, I do not remember who it was, but they had a scent profile that when I opened it up and put it in, and hopefully it'll come to me, and I put it in my beard, it immediately reminded me of my grandpa. My grandpa was a logger, so it smelled like pine. It smelled like his lunchbox. It smelled like his cologne he wore, the bourbon he would drink at night, and cigarettes. So much to the fact that I had goosebumps from the memories I had from my grandpa. I called my dad and let him know about this beer product that I use that reminded me when grandpa would come home after a long day of logging. And that's why I love this community. That's why I love these scent profiles that they can come back. I'm hooked.
A lot of scents, a lot of what people smell brings back memories. It's a proven fact. You know, my grandfather, he was an old fashioned man, literally born in 36. He worked for West Virginia State Road for 40 years. I don't know exactly, but he met my grandmother, got married, had the family. He couldn't read, no joke. He could not read. He could write. He could write his name. He could write his social security number. He knew my grandmother's name. He knew his address. That's it. That's all the man could do. And he like he did a thing, and he didn't get it from this guy. It was Dexter Manley, the Washington Redskin. Dexter Manley couldn't read. I don't know if a lot of people know this. He would take the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times, one or the other. He'd take them into the Redskins camp every day and pretend to be reading. He didn't know what it said. My grandfather did the same thing because he didn't want anybody to know. And the man worked for State Road for his entire life. He's still to this day the toughest fucking dude I've ever seen. I mean,
that's awesome.
Like he was a big dude. Like he was just big. His hand was like 3 of mine. And I have a couple photos of him. And actually, I had it. I'm not plugging this. I'm just talking about my granddad, my grandmother as well. Go to the bottom of my YouTube videos and look up the song "The Last Ride." It's an acoustic tune I wrote for both of them. That was actually the first time that it was in 2015. That was that video that I put out there. My grandmother passed away in March, and I don't remember, but from the day she passed away till the day that that was uploaded, that whole tune, it's just instrumental, but I put it in that was for my grandparents. And
it's awesome.
That actually, when my grandfather passed away, they lived in a trailer park. That's where they grew up and raised and born, and he said when he died, he wanted to take one last one ride in the trailer park, and everybody that lived there was out in the lane, hats off, clapping to my granddad. It was one of the most emotional things I've ever seen and witnessed and experienced my entire life. And then we went to the graveyard. Yep, it was awesome. And I remember that to this day. I was like, "The Last Ride," and I was like, that was why I named that tune that for my granddad.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. And I remember, see, I was a sexton for 7 years. I was a grave digger. And when my grandpa died, I was actually involved with the burial of my grandpa. And that was so honoring that I got to, at that certain time in my life, that I got to be involved with burying my grandpa and be the last one to tuck him in and send him off. That was wonderful.
I've had experiences since he's been gone where he's there, and I'm not one to talk about things like this. Not that not because I'm not so religious or anything, but I do get emotional from time to time when I talk about my granddad. But there are times where we're in our house now. It's new. He's here. I've seen it. I've never told Mandy. I keep that experience to myself. I've seen him here, and that's an experience that you can't share that with anybody. It's like it's you. That is your moment with that person. My grandfather, I passed out on the couch one night, left the light on, and I had to go to work. It was probably one of the nights I was Scuba's late night live streams. I passed out on the couch and I woke up. I had to go to work, and there he was. He was right there, and he always wore a flannel shirt. He had a hat pretty much like these. He wore like the hats that had this on them, like the not that this one's cheap, but they have this this material. He wore just cheap hats. And he chewed Red Man tobacco. That was his thing. He had an old grapefruit can. That was his spittoon. And literally, I think because he was a Red Man dude, that's why I'm like, hell bent hardcore on tobaccos, it's gotta be. I really have no other reason why I like tobacco scents as much as I do.
Right.
It has to be. It's like
Hey,
that's part of him and me.
brother, that's not religion. That's just love. That's deep-seated love.
All right. Okay. So I went over all the questions. Let me double check my notes here. Just a couple small things here. Your wife's involvement with your beard, Mrs. Swag. What's she think?
She likes a goatee, tight, with a mustache.
Okay.
She did. And now that my beard is the way that it is and smells the way that it is, and she can see that it's not a dirty, nasty, disease-carrying piece of garbage, I don't think she would have me shave it off. She has become to love it and be involved because she sees how much it makes me happy.
Okay. So what's her favorite scent or go-to scent she looks for? Cologne? Because that's a lot typical for women's cologne.
She really likes the lemons, the lavenders, and the coconuts.
Okay. I was going to say second, the citrusy and fruity ones. I was going to say that. It's either cologne or citrus and fruit.
Yep.
Okay. The favorite Beardswag hat of the collection. Got to pick one. You got to pick one.
I would have to say
I'm putting you on the spot, man.
I already know it's probably my Dan C bearded hat with the collab that I got with the collab of the oil and balm that I got from Gary from Chesapeake. That murdered out one with it just fit the branded bills. It just fits so good.
Okay.
Amazing.
The like blacked out, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Camel black.
Yeah. That's the one. Okay. How long do you take in the when you're getting ready for the day?
About a half hour from shower till blow drying and out the door.
Yeah, I was going to say from in the shower to out the bathroom door, 30 minutes.
Yep.
Cool. Advice for someone making a YouTube channel or Instagram, whatever.
Keep it simple. Don't get caught up in everybody else's with what they're doing, and be yourself and just do it for the joy.
Advice for a beard company or wanting to start a beard company. Other than some smart asses will say, don't do it because there's so many.
Right. No. I would say use fragrance oils and come out with ouds and tobacco scent profiles first.
All right. I'm gonna speedball question you here. Got a couple questions here. Just Jojoba pronunciation.
Jojoba.
I had to be a goof and say it. Balm or butter?
You got me right. I'm gonna have to say right now where I'm at, butter.
X amount of times you wash and co-wash weekly.
Right now,
or regular.
Before the COVID bull crap and everybody's got me washing my beard, I would co-wash probably twice a week and wash once.
Okay. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Beer or whiskey?
Both.
Your lucky number?
2.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Your go-to scent, such as cedar, oud. One. Is it oud?
Oud. Yeah.
All-time favorite scent. Must pick one, not your collabs.
The favorite scent profile of a company?
Yeah, like your all-time favorite. This is the bomb diggity.
Right now, I just found out it's probably Manhattan from Mr. Pompadour.
Ooh. Least favorite scent profile, like you can't stand peppermint or whatever.
Sandalwood.
Okay. Best company you've used. I'm putting you on the spot. I am.
Good Lord. I'm going to say the tried and true would be Luxurious Bastard.
Beard comb or brush?
Beard comb.
And favorite Pantera album and song.
Ooh, good. Beyond Driven.
Oh, yes.
5 Minutes Alone.
Oh, mine's Unbroken. All right. And two more questions for you.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see in the hot seat on this segment?
Gosh, who would love to do this as much as I would?
And guys, before we go any further, these are questions that I'm asking directly to Mike. All the speed rounds are going to change with every person. So if you're on here, don't plan ahead because you don't know what I'm going to ask you. Who would you like to be in the hot seat? Company, follower, subscriber, content maker?
Oh, Scott, that's a very good one. I'm going to see Tevin from Purposely Bearded.
Okay. I know who the person is. I apologize for saying this on camera. He has content correct. I have not watched it, so I apologize.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Him and his son Weston Unbearded. They're a glory. I love it. It just it brings a lot of joy. I'm gonna
have to watch his channel, Purposely Bearded.
Yep.
I will look that up and I'll subscribe after this is over. I apologize for not watching his content. I just haven't watched it.
It's all good.
Okay. And what changes can I make to this segment to make it better other than shut it down? Because I already got, let's see, I have 5 thumbs downs. It's because of you guys that this stuff continues.
I would say figure out a name that fits you and what you want it to do.
Yeah, we're gonna nix that quickly, guys, because SmackDown with Scott sounds amazing. It does, but
it does.
Vince McMahon owns it, and I'm not getting in copyright problems with one of my favorite things in the world, so I can't use that. But I'll keep saying it till we get a name. I'm going to be doing a giveaway with Defined Beer Company when I pick the winner, and whatever the name is, you will get full credit of it, and you'll get a giveaway from Defined Beer Company. So,
well, I've got one that has been popping in my mind since, and it has to do with the poster that's behind you in your studio, which is the doors. I would say opening the door with Scott.
That's a good one.
Just an idea.
Opening the door. Opening the door, raw and uncut. That's it. You are now you're a winner of the giveaway. I'm keeping that. That's it.
It's good though, right?
That's it. It's that.
You're opening doors, man.
Opening the door, raw and uncut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that a lot. That's what it's going to be. Know the Mang. That's the segment name. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good one too. Know the Mang. Because I like to say raw and uncut because I like that feel. It's raw, it's uncut.
I'll tell you, man, this has been wonderful, man. It's been a chill time. I love to chill. You're a great. What do you call yourself? Are you a host now? Is that what you are?
Artifact. I'm a decorative artifact. That's what I am. I'm that piece of furniture that you buy at a thrift store and you just go.
Sure. The hidden treasure.
Pulling pants down with Scott. That's what Cook. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, I want to. Dale Sims was on here last week. It was literally unexpected, last minute, and I appreciate Dale. He's a great longtime friend of mine. He saved my butt because I plugged the hell out of getting this going on last week. I've been wanting to do something like this for quite a while. I don't know if people like it or not. I hope they do because, it's like I said before, you could do this all day long to people. It's like, do you really know that person? No, you really don't, because you don't know how real they are. You don't know how – you just don't know them. You don't know them until you actually conversate one-on-one with a person like this. And I like talking to people like this. I'm a very communicative person. So I hope people like this type of setting because I don't have a problem with live streaming and doing that. It's fun. But sometimes you're just, yeah, I'm reading comments. I'm not making fun of anybody or whatever. It's just
don't worry about it.
You're reading comments. It's
it's
fine. It's fine. But
yeah.
I wanted to do something different, and I may not do this every single week. We may maybe do twice a month or whatever, however it works. But I may just do that about twice a month, 2 live streams, I lost the name now. Open 2 doors.
What open the doors with Scott.
Yeah, I do know for a fact that my next one is going to be next week. It's going to be with Bearded Joey Hookem. Bearded Joey was the first person who contacted me, wanted to be in the hot seat, and that's what we're going to. I was like, sure, we're going to do it. And what I'd like to do is, you are a content creator. You are. I'm calling you an ambassador of the community because I think you are a damn good one. Because I don't know a lot of the people who appreciate the love and give it back. Because I can see it in your face. I really do.
I appreciate that, brother.
But
truth and transparency.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to get some content creators as well, such as Mo the Bearded Shark's going to be on here eventually. We're going to get Brian from Beards and Banjos. Dancy Bearded, we'll throw him on here, and I'm going to ask him. I'm going to force him to say some of the athletes that he doesn't like. Because I know he's an Ohio fan. I love hearing him say he can't stand Ohio.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to get some content creators on here. Matt, Scuba, if they want to come on here as well. Companies I'm going to get on here as well. I'd love to get Cedric from Beard Justice on here to get his take, get his story.
Cedric's amazing.
Yes, Cedric is awesome. One of them I definitely want to get on here because he is kind of mysterious. He kind of – it's Lux. I love to get Dave on here and just in the luxurious lounge as well. I think it'd be a really cool thing just to get to know the man that has a 2-foot-long beard and he's only 5 foot tall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a great dude, a great maker. And like I said this last week, be on the lookout in the future, everybody, because the ultimate bastard is going to be made. See, you didn't know I said this.
No.
I'm going to say this again. It's no secret that in the Magruder Mansion, the 1912 bastard is top dog. I still say this on camera to this day. In my opinion, it is the best. It's the most unique and original scent I've ever smelled. And it's my number 1 scent to this day. I have favorites. It's Mandy's all-time favorite. It's mine. I am the only owner in the world of a 4-ounce bottle of oil of it. And I will hold it forever. Me and Mike have been talking about this. What if we tweaked it?
Yeah.
I want you all to take this idea. I want you to, if you have the 1912 bastard, get your normal dose of the 1912, put 1 or 2 drops of essential oil oud, Kingsman Beard Club if you have it. Rub it in your hands, smell it. Thank us later. The old bastard will be coming out in the future, and that's what it's going to be. Awesome. Yeah, I am not taking full credit of Bill. This was me and Mike's idea, and we're going to do it. We're going to, me, Mike, and Lux are going to do it. It's going to be amazing.
Looking forward to it.
It smells incredible.
I actually do it all the time with his legendary 1912 and legendary.
Now, keep in mind, I say use Kingsman because that's what I used. That's what I had.
Yes.
But even if you use the legendary, it's going to be money.
Oh.
And when I say the word money, it's good.
Super stank.
There you go. Give it a try, people. Give it a try if you have it. Direct message us and tell us what you think. So you didn't. Yeah, you did say what you'd like to see me change. Just get a name for it and open the door, raw and uncut. That's it.
Opening the door. Because I think this was awesome. This was fun. I great questions, great interaction between 2 brothers, and we're just sitting here chilling. That's what's cool about it. enjoyed it, man. I think you're a great man as well. I think what you're doing here, these kind of platforms are absolutely vital to get everybody together and talking and getting to know each other and building relationships, man. It's all about the foundation, and the foundation should be strong.
I watch the community. I don't really post a lot on Instagram. I go in phases. Mostly because I'm lazy. But I watch and I see people's live streams. I watch people's content and stuff. I do. I just don't tell anybody that I do. And I've seen some of the negativity here and there. End it, guys. Cut the shit. Like I said, I'm here to make a interview segment like this to bring us closer together, so we can all say, that's an awesome dude. And that's why, literally, for Mike telling his story and proud to say his story of him struggling from his past and how he's overcome it. I'm proud of you. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Man to man, you're one of the best reviewers I've seen. And I mean that. That's awesome. And we're going to set a goal here. We're going to do it live on camera. We're going to do it. We're going to set up a giveaway when you reach 1,000. We're going to see if we can get a company to do a giveaway when Cribs gets his 1,000 subscriber. He's almost there.
Very cool. Almost.
If anybody has not subscribed to Beardswag on this channel, on this live stream, go do it, because the man makes good content. He'll learn you. He'll learn you. And he'll tell you a story in all of his videos as well.
He's very gracious of you. Thank you for that.
You deserve it, man. You do. I remember this conversation we had a few months ago, and I was like, give me a little bit and I'll watch your channel, because you were asking me to check it out. And I did. Yeah. I just didn't respond to you until I told you face to face.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I remember.
And that's just how I am. I'm a direct dude, and that's the way I'm always going to be. And so are you. I can see it in you. It's awesome. And I had to make this up to you, like I said, because it was my fault that why we didn't do it last week. I was like, nope, we're doing it on Friday night.
I felt bad for you because you had to sit there and scramble and try to fill a spot when you were doing it, but you did great. I watched it as soon as I got off of work. I watched, who was that gentleman's name?
Dale Sims. He's a good friend of mine. He's actually in the band Demise from Winchester, Virginia. He
seemed like a really cool cat.
He grew up with my younger cousin, and they went to school together, grew up together, worked together. He literally was 17 years old, and he was in bars playing acoustic sets, and he was amazing at it. He still does now, but he was just a natural, literally out of nowhere. And people are like, who the hell's Dale Sims? And I found out who he was. Here he's been in my crowd watching me play shows for months, and I never knew who he was. I didn't know till I put the name to face. And we played shows together, and he started Demise. And I can honestly say I tried out for his group, and I kind of kicked my ass because I like playing with his group. I really do. I like their music. They're a lot like Seether. They're big fans of Seether. And I tried out with him, and I tried out with 1818. 1818, actually, they were going on their U.S. tour, and I couldn't turn that down. So I took it, and that was my last run anyway. So I would play with Dale and them again. Just I don't want to do it on a full-time basis. I really don't want to go back to that ever again. Like if I had the opportunity to play with a group, yeah, I'll fill in for you, jam on every now and again. But
but you got a farm and a family to run.
Right. Yeah. It's just if the timing's right, I can do it, but I don't want to get into the headache of making a band again. It's about Ben Tapp. He's in a band. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's chaos. It's awesome. When you're literally in the moment on a stage, you are pouring your heart out, pouring your soul out to people. It's awesome. Yeah. No other adrenaline rush I've ever had in my entire life, but you gotta work with people's attitudes and their personalities. Then you got to do scheduling, and then someone's not happy, and then they want more money, or they don't think they're blah blah blah. They need to stand out more, and it's just it's.
You talking about a band or the community here?
A band. Yeah, it's tough. And there were times when I was in my heavy hardcore band where we literally we stole the sound of Hatebreed and Pantera, and that was our name. That was our sound. And there were times I'm talking at the time I was in my or late 20s, early 30s. I would look at my guitar player. His nick. Hey, not to take it away from Colin, but we called him Wizard. That was his name, was Wizard. Well, and I would look at him, and in front of his son, I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. You need to get the hell out of the room now. Just over just egos and attitudes, and like you need to get the hell out of here. You screwed that up. Because you're putting on a performance for people. You're literally selling yourself to a bar. You want them to get into the moment with you. And if someone's being obnoxious and a drunk and can't even play their instrument, it's making you look bad. You got to carry the crutch or whatever. Or even if they're just screwing up, not playing their songs, I'm like, you need to get your ass in gear. Like I was like the bad guy of our group. I'm like, because I'd sit there as the singer, just like this, spinning on a drum throne while they're writing material, because I'm literally thinking of anything that I could think of to write lyrics to. What do you think of that? Play it. Like, show me what you got. Yeah. And then whatever it may be. And I would literally, we use the old Metallica method, whiteboard, and we'd funnel it down into the song. It works. If you're a musician, it works. So I'd literally put all their songs. He played 15 riffs all in a row, and I just, here, do that. Bam. And the song would come out, and I'm like, it worked. It just worked. And there were nights where he was so drunk, he'd look at me, and I saw it. He's like, what song are we playing? And I'd be like, and he knew them by number 3. Remember that one?
But sounds like you got some passion and love, like you're thinking about it.
Well, no, I don't want to go back down that road because I drank a lot. I never did drugs. Really never did drugs. Couldn't do them. Wasn't for me. I drank a lot. And also being sponsored didn't help out either.
Right. No kidding.
Oh my gosh. I was sponsored by Jägermeister. I was sponsored by Bud Light. And then I got cold cock whiskey for a little while. That was fun. But I was like, I can't do this all the time. And I don't hardly drink at all now. I really don't. A little bit.
I remember as a young man, I listened to all these heavy metal bands. A band came up that I really enjoyed. It was Striper. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. So I saw myself as wanting to be a drummer. So I bought me a set of yellow drumsticks and wrapped them up with black tape and sat there and learned how to twist them and learned how to do some beats on the couches and some buckets and whatever it was. And then Metallica songs. And if I was to play an instrument and choose one, it would absolutely be banging the crap out of the drums.
I just got bored. Like I wasn't in a band at the time. And a guy had a set of drums for $150. And I got a phone call because I wasn't playing music at the time, sitting at home. And the guy's like, hey, this band needs a drummer. And I love that band that they were. They were literally people aren't a fan of the band as much, but they sounded like Limp Bizkit. And I loved their sound. I was like, it's raw. And I walked in and I changed their sound. I made them heavy. Because their drummer was a punk rock drummer. He just didn't fit. He did not fit at all. So I walked in and I didn't have a kit. And they're like, we have a kit, and they're like, we're trying to sell it. So I bought it. And I walked in and I'm not kidding. I had a kick drum, a snare, floor tom. I had a double bass pedal, one hi-hat cymbal and stand. And I had one crash ride, but they put a hole in it. It sounded like a china, like a garbage can lid. So, and they're playing great tunes, and I made them sound awesome. And I remember they were like, what would you like to play? Because obviously an easy way to break the ice is play a cover tune. And I literally was like, they asked me, they said, I forget what they were playing. They were playing a Limp Bizkit tune. I said, I don't want to play one of their songs. I said, because if it don't sound like Limp Bizkit, people are going to hate you.
Right.
I said, what do you want to play? I said, POD, Southtown. And we nailed it. Bam. First take. And they nailed it. And they were in the groove. And I was just literally, I'm just spinning sticks, like simplifying the beats, but I'm putting showmanship into it and character. And they were watching me play, and they're like, you got to be our drummer. And I literally played just that one song. It was fun. It just we all kind of faded out. No hard feelings.
No, but it's good to reminisce. You know what I mean about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've started Solace, and that was amazing. Like in my area, we blew everyone out of the water because I had a female singer who could sing and scream, sound like Amy Lee of Evanescence, and then holler at you and punch you in the face. Like I had the best of both worlds, and people were shocked because I come back as a drummer and I never taken a lesson or nothing. I just played what I felt. We played for about 2 years, and then 1818 come in. I did the run with them. That was fun. That was a great time because what we were doing is we were playing in the middle of January, and we were warming up the cities for the big touring bands that were coming through right behind us the night after us, and it was awesome. We had some not so good shows, but the ones that we loved, they were good for us. It was just, you just knew. You're just like 50 people. They didn't know who you were, but they treated you like royalty because you're literally coming to their town. Oh my gosh, it was great.
Yeah, that is good.
We did have a contact from Hell Yeah, actually. It was one of their techs or something. She was with them, and she actually got us hotel rooms for free. That was great. She was going to get us 4. We had 4 band members. We're like, we just need 2. And we were actually, we could talk to them, the band, on the phone, but we didn't like FaceTime them. They're like, hey, what's up, guys? You know, so we were kind of on their radar for a little bit.
Yeah, it's too bad all that came to an end too, man. The death of Pantera is just overwhelming. The members of Pantera, you know, with Dimebag and then the drummer, and you know, but we still got all out. I always have a hard time. Phil.
Yeah, Rex and Phil
he's still rocking and rolling.
Rex and Phil are still with us, but unfortunately, they probably will never ever reconcile. It's over, said and done. It really is. It sucks, but that's life, man.
Yes, it is.
You've taken me down memory lane now. I'm like, damn it, I wasn't trying to do that.
That's what we're here to do. We're opening doors, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what it's about. Reminiscing, chilling, feeling good.
It's been
dealing with stuff.
It's been a fun night with you. It really has been. I've been looking forward to it all week. And I'm gonna end this segment, opening the door, raw and uncut. I think that's gonna be the new name. I'm thinking that's what I'm liking it. It's got a good name, a good feel to it. But I'm gonna end on that note, ladies and gentlemen watching. I appreciate all of you all watching. And looks like we got about 38 thumbs up and about 5 thumbs down, which that's typical. I'm totally fine with that. But I want to thank everybody who has watched this new segment that I'm bringing to the channel. We're going to do this at least twice a month. And thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. I appreciate your story. I appreciate your content. And I appreciate you, Mike Cribbs, the man. I do.
Appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you as well. Thanks for having this platform.
Everyone go subscribe to Mike Cribbs. Please do that. That's all I ask. Subscribe to Mike Cribbs. Get him to 1,000, and we're going to set up a giveaway. We'll talk more about that when we get to 1,000. But everybody, enjoy your weekend and do your sign off, Mike.
Hey, guys, you know what? Go love on each other. Go tell somebody you love them. Go tell somebody that you're proud of them. Forgive somebody that needs to be forgiven. And if there's something that's been weighing on your heart, go ask forgiveness, free yourself, and find that peace, family. And as always, I love you. I'm proud of you. Scott loves you, and he's proud of you. God bless.
Keep on bearding, everybody. See you next week. and we are